Now, where is that? I think it was on, yeah. Here it is. Dougal, ahoy, my guy, ahoy. Builder's Mark, what's up? Is it that time again? It is that time again. It is that time again. How you guys been? I know you guys didn't catch me last time, and I will explain that once the stream starts. We're gonna start probably at around 7:10. Give people time enough to get in. I missed last week's stream because of the story I'm gonna tell. But yeah, how you guys been? How you guys been? What you guys been printing? What you been up to? Why is my mic like not staying where I tell it to? Ever had a disrespectful mic? You bought a bigger printer. I did not buy a bigger printer. I did not buy a bigger printer. That's on the to-do list. Not anytime soon. I have an entire house to renovate, so that's not exactly on the top of the list, but it is on the list. It is on the list. Builders Mark Dougal, what have you guys been printing? Tell me what's up. This stream might be rather small simply because I missed last week's, so I'm fully prepared for that, but they're gonna wish they hadn't missed it because it's a funny explanation for why I was not here last week. I got like 200 plus files splitting out to print. Wow. What do you run like a farm or something? You're in a print farm? Do you print perfect Milwaukee products and sell them? Did a Flexi dinosaur for my niece too. What a coincidence, a Flexi piece. It's almost like this week's print to show off is also a Flexi piece. Oh, you got a project in the works, okay. 200 pieces? What are you doing? I'm building one of those like those castle things we discussed like 2 or 3 streams ago? With like the carousel and everything's like super. I am convinced I would love to do that for like a holiday print. I'd love to do like a big Polymaker print project and just spend a lot of time choosing the perfect filaments that I want to choose for something big like that. The problem is I don't know what to do with it. if it prints successfully, I don't know what to do with it after that point. It's like it's too big. I'd have to donate it somewhere. Figuring out HueForge, got a couple of color lithophanes done. All right, so I downloaded HueForge. By the way, I guess the stream is now started because now it's 7:10. But I downloaded HueForge. Listen, I'm pretty good at software. I'm pretty big at like picking it up really fast. Just know I couldn't figure it out. Maybe I'm definitely not smart enough to like just learn HueForge. So I'm gonna be honest, I spent like 30 minutes watching like a single YouTube video on the HueForge's like official YouTube channel, And then I immediately was like, oh, I do not have like the right colors to even attempt a hue forge. It's like all the colors in my place right now are like, because, you know, company that makes filaments, they have sent me all the stuff that they have, like, you know, been doing like ads and stuff on, doing like case studies and stuff like that. So it's like my house is full of nothing but like Co-PE, which notoriously does not stick well to anything else, and it's like super basic colors, or it's like Starlight. It's like Starlight and Celestial colors. So I'm just like, okay, I do not have the right filaments to do a hue forge. I need like basic whites and blacks. So I bought I don't know why I bought it. I should have just asked people at the warehouse. A matte cotton white, like Panchroma, like matte PLA. So I don't know. I got to do so much more research into like what's the starting selection, and like, do you want mattes or do you want just standard Polylight PLA? You got to figure that out. You need a big printer. I will eventually, what is it called? The X1C? I will eventually get the X1C or whatever its replacement will be. I've also heard that new printer that has like 2 nozzles, that's from, I think, Bamboo or something. I've heard it's actually slower in a lot of situations, so I'm actually not sure what it's supposed to do. We were talking about getting one at the office, and I was like, what's the point if it's slower? Shouldn't 2 nozzles mean either more reliable or faster? And I haven't heard anything about more reliable or anything like that, so I don't know. Maybe one nozzle does nothing but print the supports and the other nozzle does nothing but print the actual... I don't know. I do not know anything about it at all to make any sort of like definitive decision. What's up, guys? Welcome to the stream. Has good hue forge instructional videos. Yeah. I'm about to move into the new place in about what? Let me look at my calendar. I'm moving into the new place technically next Friday, which means I'm about to spend $1,000 for movers. Oh my God. All right. So next Friday, it should be my last day in here. I'll have to come back here and clean because my last day in this apartment is not until the 31st. So you guys will see a drastically bigger place, but like, it's not gonna look as nice. Like I said, it needs to have a bunch of renovations. So listen, and I know you're used to seeing this beautiful office with junk laying in part of it, like all the time. I cannot get my directions right all the time, but a new place is coming, guys. H2D. Oh my gosh, what is that? The new one is the H2D, because someone said that today during like our morning meetings. H2D, is that the one with the 2 heads? Yep, dual extruder. Yep. I'll be sure to try it. I'll be posting stuff on Instagram with it. What's up, people? What's up? All right, so explanation time. Let me get started for why Greg was not here last week. Listen, I had to shoot some stuff at the office, right? Just prepping some stuff for some assets and stuff like that. Nothing crazy. Couple of like twisting shots on like I don't know what they call it, Lazy Susan, or like a rotating dolly, whatever. And I was driving back from the office, like to this place from the office. It was like 3 p.m. I think, something like that. And my car was like, hey, I'm gonna present a very expensive issue for you right now. Greg had a thing. Yeah, a very expensive thing. Is bigger than the rest of the place. I'm to be honest, until the place gets renovated, I will technically have a room dedicated to nothing but 3D printing. It's still a bedroom right now though, so it's like still tiny. But okay, so when I was driving back, my car was like, hey, I'm gonna give you a very expensive problem right now. And what it did was like, hey, we're gonna spit out a check engine soon. And the computer, I pulled up to AutoZone and I had them check on the computer what it was. It was like a low oil pressure thing, and it was like low, like solenoid, whatever, essentially transmission. Both codes were like, hey, transmission issues. Listen, I'm not sure if any of you guys are car people out there. I am not. So this is why I was mad. I have something called a CVT, a variable transmission, a constant variable transmission, which means it does not have like quote unquote like traditional gears. What's up, man? What's up, Blue? Stick around while I tell this devastating story. It's something called like a constant variable transmission. Subaru? No, it's a Mitsubishi. It's a Mitsubishi Lancer 2012. And so I took it to, I was like, hey, okay, me with my car, because I'm not a car guy, the moment my car makes a noise, if I don't know exactly what to do, I'm taking it to the car shop immediately, because I do not know how long the car will be giving me that issue. I'm not sure if I'm doing more damage by continuing to drive with it, whatever. It's an emergency in my book. I'm going right to the, not dealership. I'm going right to like my chosen like mechanic of choice or whatever. So I drag it there and look at my clock. And by the time I get there, and by the time I put my car in and I ask them like, hey, blah, 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 can you give me a diagnosis? And they tell me like, hey, you got 2 more people in front of you. They had already seen one. So already like 30 minutes had gone by. I looked at my clock and it was like 5 p.m. or something like that. And I decided to text Polymaker Tiffany. I was like, hey, Tiffany, this ain't gonna work out. I'm not gonna be able to make the stream. I was like, my car, my poor baby, my car is it ain't doing too good, and I don't know what it is, and I don't know what size the bill is about to be. This is the last thing I need in the world. I'm about to pay $1,000 out of my pocket to pay movers. So I really don't need this right now. And when you have a CVT, you know what the problem is when you have a CVT? Oh, I'm sorry. What the solution is when you have a CVT transmission issue? It's, hey, I noticed on this computer, it's giving these 2 codes. You need a new transmission. There is no diagnosis at all. It's, hey, you have a problem, replace the entire transmission. And it's like, there's no actual like trying to figure stuff out. And so I was mad for like 3 or 4 straight days while they had my car. And essentially they were like, yeah, it does that when the transmissions start to go out. And I'm like, no, my transmission, I refuse to believe that my transmission is not going out. My transmission is not going out. Engineering school is telling me constant and variable together is an oxymoron. I don't know what it is then. Let me look it up. CVT. What is a CVT transmission? Meaning. All this has in my angry. All right, it's continuously variable transmission. All right, yeah, I had the C wrong. What's up, Diablo? Well, as soon as you tell me. So there's no such thing as a constant variable, or is a variable constant? I'm sorry. I messed it up. It's a continuously variable transmission. Basically, it is constant, the gear of the transmission. So when you put in like park versus like drive versus neutral versus like S1 or 2 or whatever, it basically works on like a pulley system, and it slides into one gear and out of the other, never officially settling in. Like if you ever look on the side of a bike, that is one complete gear. And the gear shifter you use to shift it down, that's essentially the same way in a car. That is a physical gear. That's called like driving manual. But in a car, of course, it's a lot more complex because it's a huge vehicle. And so when you downshift, it sort of just squeezes it together. It squeezes the pulley or something together and slips it into a lower gear. And so since it's constantly in flux or whatever, in terms of what gear you're in, continuously variable transmission, that sort of thing. CVT transmission sucks. Yeah. Diablo Spawn 2? I know. Now I know. Now I know. Did you put a new one in? No, I did not. Have you seen those on a go-kart? Yeah, they do run those on a go-kart, I think. But all right, so what ended up happening was like they called me and told me like the next day, hey, blah blah, we recommend a new transmission. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I was like, this car, I've had it for a long time. That car is a 2012. I've had it for essentially 13 years now. And it has like 117,000 miles on it. I don't drive very much. After I got out of college, I had 1 year of like a normal going to work into like downtown Houston job, or trade it in or drive it till it quits. Listen, with that computer light on the transmission, I thought that was about to be the issue. Glad it didn't turn out to be. Everything's fine now to not keep everyone in suspense. But yeah, so essentially I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I don't believe the transmission is bad. It's never given me an issue. And the entire length of the issue was only about 15 minutes. It started riding very rough, and I was like, I could not get gas to like actually accelerate the vehicle very easily until like I was basically halfway through the floor in terms of acceleration. And so I went to my new place to start unloading some stuff, get some stuff out of there. And when I got back in my car, issue had gone away. The check engine light was still on, but it was riding completely normally again. And I was like, that's weird, but hopefully that means it's something light. So after I heard that, I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not replacing the whole transmission for something that I know you guys did not truly diagnose. You saw a code and was like, this stuff is too hard to work on, whatever. Let's just tell them to get a new one. That sounds like a fuel filter. Maybe. But so what I ended up doing, I was like, hey, listen, I had an issue with the quote unquote transmission that they also could not diagnose like 7 years ago. I was driving up to Austin with my sister, and the thing just started to like crazy overheat, and it was giving me weird like code issues. And as soon as we got to a stopping point, turn off the car was normal. So I was like, hey, and last time the issue was that the transmission like needed to be checked. Because I drive so little, I have a very bad tendency to like not change specifically the transmission fluid as often as I should. And so I'm guessing that's the issue. So I tell the company, I'm like, hey, change the filters out and like change the transmission fluid out, and see if it still does it, whatever. Let me see. Depending on if you got correct engine rev, it sounds like a fuel filter. So I asked them to change the filters and the fluid on the transmission, and they could not get the issue to replicate. And so I got my car back. I've been driving it ever since, really monitoring everything. It hasn't given me a single issue. So to be honest, I honestly think the transmission fluid was just a little bit too gunky, and something got into like the solenoid or whatever, which was the second code it gave me, which was causing it not to like accept gas in the like right proportions or whatever. Yeah. CVT transmissions cannot be worked on, nor can they be serviced. Yeah. Let's fast forward 2 straight nights of like all night like researching, and essentially like what happens is they sell cars with CVT transmissions, but then they're extremely complicated to work on, to the point where like no one has any information on how to work on them. You have to have like special like OEM like tech to be able to work on them, and they're also more expensive to work on them than they are to like have them replaced. So the moment you have a single CVT transmission issue, no matter how small it is, they're going to say replace the whole thing, which is a $7,000 to $10,000 job depending on your car. No. Like I said, I think I got lucky. I changed the stuff. I am now starting another car fund just in case. I don't know how much longer my car is going to run me. It was very stressful, but I'm all good now. I'm holding my breath, but yeah, that's the reason why Gray couldn't make it last week. I was really just hoping my life wasn't ending in terms of my car. Let's see. Did you notice that there was not a dipstick to check the transmission fluid? Mine actually did. Mine has a dipstick to change the transmission fluid. It's a small white dipstick that's next to the engine. 7 to 10 to go to another car. Thank you very much, Builder's Mark. That's why I was so angry. I was like, $7,000 to $10,000. That's literally just a down payment for like a new car. I was like, listen, I'm not about to have rent, so I could actually afford that in a few months. I don't want to do that now. I was like, I don't have that money now. I was like, listen, if my car can literally hold for about 4 months, that issue will be gone. Most CVTs don't have them. Just trade it in. So here's what my long-term plan is, and then we can get back to like 3D printing. The point of this show here. What I'm gonna do, I am changing the what am I trying to say? The service schedule for my transmission. I'm going to be changing out the fluid once a year, no matter how many miles it has on it. I don't drive very much. It's probably way too fast to be changing the transmission fluid. I'm going to do a change, not a flush, once a year, and that should help extend the life of like my vehicle until I am ready, probably in about another year or two, ideally, to like go ahead and get a new car. And the new car, I'll probably go with a dual clutch transmission. Like I like Hyundais, like they look cool. But yeah, I'm not getting a CVT. That is not an option I want for my car. That's not something I want to have to worry about. So 3D print a new transmission. That's what I was literally just like, Jesus, if the technology was there, I could just print. I could print a new transmission according to spec with some Fiberon materials. I was like, why aren't we doing that? I was so angry. Fiberon CVT. That's exactly what I was thinking. Get a manual transmission. Well, here's the thing. I don't want to learn manual, but apparently a dual clutch transmission is a manual. It just has a computer that controls the manual setting for you. So I don't know. I got to do more research. That was literally about 45 minutes worth of research. Other than that, I had to get back to work. But yeah, that is my like situation. That's why. Yep, manual for the win. If I end up needing to learn manual, I will. I do not feel like having a mandatory massive transmission bill for no reason. Coworker got a Corolla GR with a dual clutch, and that thing slams between gears. I'm not hip with what the kids say. Slams. The slam's good or bad. When I was in high school, slam was a good thing, but slam could also mean literal. It could also mean something like literally hit something in the engine between the gears. Manual transmissions are also a theft deterrent. Yeah, no one wants to learn stick. So yeah, I get it. More fun, easier to work on. Yeah, just dump Lucas in it and hope for the best. Lucas. Oh, like the power, like the Lucas candy stuff? Ugh. Nah, I can't do that. But let me see. Heavily jerks between gears. I too am from the 1900s. Okay, well, first of all, 1900s? That's insulting. But I guess I technically also insulted you with a comment. 1900s is crazy. Heavily jerks between gears. I have read that is because of the person, like it can do that, but I've also heard that's because the person is doing it basically incorrectly due to timing or whatever. So I don't know. Big old dually. I refer. Lucas is a candy ? Lucas is a candy, at least in my middle school / high school that I went to. It was like this sour, spicy, like salt based candy or whatever. I don't know. But that's what I thought you meant. But this is an automatic dual clutch. Yeah. Yeah. What is it? Dual clutch transmission, DCT. That's what I'm looking into, seeing if that'll be worth my time. They won't allow people to take their driving test with manual transmission anymore. Really? I mean, that doesn't mean anything to me. I did my driving test when I was like 16 or 17. Oh, this Lucas. Do you mean Lucas, the little cute spider on the internet? Oh, by the way, something that I was hitting the team up about earlier today is I think we should be doing more multicolor prints like on our social media when we actually have time to do it. I did an 11-hour print I set up last night. Lucas Oils. Oh, like I said, I am not a car person, so sorry. How's it going? It's going good now that my car does not have a massive bill attached to it. I remember my dad had an old Datsun 310 and taught me manual on it. Yeah, my parents they had transmissions they had automatics from the start, so I never learned. But I don't know, never too late. Yeah, okay, yeah. Back to what I was saying. had an 11-hour multicolor print that I set up from STL Prints, and come on, camera. I think it came out pretty well. You're gonna notice that it has just this jagged line in its face. That is because we had a windstorm here in Houston, like this morning / afternoon, and it caused the power to like kick off. And so my Bamboo printer was like, hey, come on, please focus for me. Yeah, you can see right there how like the layer shift happened. And so basically during the storm, it knocked out the power. And so I asked, I asked Polymaker Pete, I was like, Pete, listen, I have like 2 hours left on this multicolor print and the power just went out. Please tell me I don't have to start this print over. And he was like, well, as long as it doesn't get unstuck from the bed, you should be good. It'll just ask you like, are you okay to like resume the print? And you know what? That's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I did, chat. And for some reason, it just straight up forgot like where the positioning of this thing was. It's like it moved over like a couple millimeters or something like that. It literally looks like it was shifted over, I guess on the y-axis, because it was laying like this, like on the print bed, like with the head like facing like me. So it looks like it literally was like moved over like 4 or 5 millimeters. So I do not know what happened, but I thought the resume option button was supposed to like work, and it didn't. It didn't. Oh my gosh, let me see. There's a lot of comments. Hang on. There are still some of us that cannot afford a multicolor printer. Well, guess what? I'm one of them. With the car bill I just dodged. Yeah, I couldn't afford it either. But Polymaker was like, "Hey, you're a content creator. You should probably have that." And then I told him, I was like, "Yeah, that's why I put in a request like 2 weeks ago for a multicolor AMS." So yeah, I'm right there with you, dude. Like if this was just my hobby and I didn't work for a Polymaker, yeah, I would definitely not be doing multicolor prints. Dude, you're down here too? Yes, man. I live in Houston. I live in Houston, man. Yeah, it hit me about 7 a.m. Dude, I was out walking my car. I was out walking my dog, Molly. And so me and Molly were outside. I was taking her on a bit of a late morning walk, and like I noticed like it was unusual for Houston. A lot of clouds. Could not see the sun. I was like, that probably means rain. I just finished like morning coffee and everything, and I was like, come on, girl, let's go out. Let's go out and get a little bit of exercise. Let's use the restroom and everything. That storm killed 2 of our battery backups. Okay, I'm glad to see I'm not the only one affected. Need your second camera for close-ups. You know what I should do? I have a second camera. This is the one that we use for content creation at work. What I should do is I should do like that trend that guy does on TikTok where I just have the camera set up in wildly different places. I should have one set up right outside my like window. I should have one set up right next to me for extreme close-ups. I should have one like set up from inside my bathroom, which is just outside this door across the hall, just so you could barely see me. I should have a bunch of crazy angles. I'm sure Polymaker would not have an issue. Like 7 more cameras. Thanks, ERCOT. Yeah, my power was gone for like 4 hours. My power was gone for 4 hours. Thank goodness I've started and by the way, chat, thank you so much for suggesting the glue stick trick. I glue all my prints now and I almost never have print issues anymore. I don't know what it was, but my PEI plate just never, I guess, adhered like it was supposed to, or I guess I was just expecting too much out of it. I glue every print now and nothing ever comes unstuck anymore. I love it. I love the adhesion I get with just a little bit of glue, a little bit of that purple Elmer's like vanishing glue that you give children that are like 7 years old. UPS system for the printer. I actually am planning to get 2 more. I have one set up for like this system here. It gives me about 10 minutes worth of like energy to like go ahead and safely shut everything down. I need one for like my I need one for my server. I have like a little box like Synology 4 hard drive server, and then I'll probably need one like for like my 3D printer. Want to just finish it I'm not sure how much electricity a 3D printer uses, so I'm not sure if I'll need to up the size of my UPS. I don't know. Let me see. I was walking my car. Y'all heard him say that. Listen, I've been through some traumatic stuff the last 2 weeks. Like, you ever go to get essentially your oil changed on your car and they're like, hey, you need a whole new engine. You know when your heart drops like that? Your heart drops. Listen, I'm allowed to do a slight slip up, man. Spicy Corsair, get off my back. That was a nasty cell that swept in the middle of the city, west side of the city. Yep. Yeah, maybe a little bit further than that. What about using an old, no longer used phone with a camera? I kind of feel like the ridiculously high quality camera is kind of my thing now. I kind of like having it even if I don't need it. Because like this camera, it's a Canon R50V. It is made to be like perfect streaming, perfect video camera, perfect like pictures, everything. But it does not stream in as high of a bit rate and as high quality as this camera. The camera I'm looking into is a legit like cinema camera. It's a Canon what is it called? Canon R5C, C for cinema. It's about as low budget as you can get with a cinema camera while still getting like 8K full RAW. I love it, and it looks great. I love it. So I don't know. That's the part where I'll flex all day with it. It's like, hey, I have a super nice camera, and I'm gonna rock it to the end. Not to make it weird or anything. You should try some Vision Miner. That's another adhesive, nanopolymer adhesive. Let me see. I was supposed to be sent some, but I honestly have not checked my mail in a couple days. So I don't know. It may be in the mail. I don't know. Greg, let's go to Micro Center sometime. I'll get you hooked up. Yes. Micro Center's so far from me. Not far from the place I'm about to be at. But yeah, it's a good ways for me. I wanted to go ahead and pick up some 3D printing like actual tools. Like I don't want to chisel to get everything off the thing, but I want like a dedicated like actual like print removal tool, because I've heard the ones that you print are actually fairly weak. I don't want to reprint that all the time. So I don't know. I pre-ordered a Qidi box just because I like my +4. I'm not sure I'll use it for anything other than the CoPE support interface layers. Yeah, okay. See, I'm glad someone uses the CoPE, like for what I think it's best used for. It's like, hey, like quick prototyping, and like, hey, if you don't do quick prototyping, that's not your thing, use it as cheap support material. I think it works great for that. In fact, I need to still figure out how to do like some of those more complicated things with my AMS. I'm sure it's like a drop down box or two that I just haven't had the time to explore. But that's how I want to use up the CoPE in my place. Just print the support branches with it. I'm not sure if that'll extend my print times though. I'm already an impatient man. So my neighbor needed a new transmission and he went to a U-Pull-It lot and got one super cheap. That is an option. Yeah. Like my grandfather used to like do that type of stuff all the time, and my uncle. They would go to like just scrap yards, and like whole cars that would be thrown away for more serious engine issues would have, otherwise great looking parts otherwise, or it's like, they'll get like 60,000 more miles out of it. And it's like, hey, you just have to pay someone to install the transmission instead of paying for a new transmission. Dang, my lights just flickered again. I've been having like slightly flickering lights. So I'm not sure if Center Point Energy has like fixed my light supply issue, like my power supply issue just yet. So if the stream goes out, it wasn't me. I paid my bill. You know what the best part about moving from an apartment to a home is? I just paid my last month's rent and I will never have to pay rent again. I'm so happy about that. Now, I will have to pay annoying stuff like property taxes, but like it's a lot less than rent. And technically the bill is only due like once or twice a year. So let's see. Or use CoPE for printing really, really big Polymaker floppy logos. Yeah. CoPE is like, I like CoPE. I still have like the all purple. It was too cool to throw away. I might install some floating shelves in my new place and put like some of the cooler prints. But the Dementor, the purple Dementor I showed like a few weeks ago, I still have that thing. It still looks so cool. And a huge shout out to Zombie Hedgehog. I think, hang on, am I an idiot? Is that his like tag? Let me see. I'm friends with him on Discord now. I have been quote unquote active on the Discord for the last few weeks. Yeah, Zombie Hedgehog / Hedgehog Makes. Shout out to him and his like 0.4 millimeter Bambu Lab like filament profile. I have not had a surface issue like just straight from like Maker's World since using that thing. I'm gonna have to hit him up for more. I'm like, dude, give me like 4 more. I'll pay you. Make me 4 more. Give me one for a 0.2 and give me one for like a 0.6 like millimeter. It's so cool. Just a perfect prints. I haven't had that since the first few weeks of owning the Bambu printer itself. And I'm not sure what essentially causes the surface imperfections, because for the most part, like I was saying, I was just, printing straight from Maker World. So, but like I've definitely noticed a massive improvement on like the printer profile is probably not right. The filament profile that Zombie Hedgehog gave me, that thing is amazing. It's amazing. You can drive about an hour to get to Micro Center. Yeah, if there's any traffic on 610, it's an hour for me too. Center Point list, yes. I send me text like, hey, we're experiencing an outage in your area. We're hoping to have it up within the hour. 4 hours later, play the SpongeBob title card. 4 hours later, thanks. Best print remover I've used is a very thin and flexible painter's palette knife. All right, Quantum Hailstorm. Where do I get a quality one of those? I've been renting the same house for 18 years. I paid it off for my landlords at this point. Ooh. Hey, Pezlis, what's up? What's up? Polymaker first partner, Zombie Hedgehog. His profiles are elite. I'm gonna need to ask him to make some more. It's so good. But hey, back to your comment. Renting the same house for 18 years is crazy. I'm so glad you like where you are if you've been staying there for 18 years. But listen, when the housing market calms down, you might want to consider getting yourself a place or whatever. I speak from the exact standpoint of someone who will not have to pay rent. So I don't know. Maybe that's a bigger thing than I'm making it out to be. Here in Seattle. Oh, snap, you're in Houston? I'm up at the Woodlands. I am at the edge of like the inner edge of Cypress. So that's where I am. I'm about to be just above the Heights. So just outside the 610 loop. That's where I'm moving to. I live in Tampa. The nearest Micro Center is Atlanta. Yeah, I don't know why Micro Centers aren't like numerous. Like they're very sparse. They're very sparse. Much like infill, they're very sparse. I don't know why they don't have like more stores. They're so useful. Like Micro Center is like, I'll try Best Buy first for like pure annoyances or like Amazon. But like if it's a specialized part, I'm going to Micro Center because I know they have it. Let's see. I just got mine off of Amazon, but if there's an art supply store near you, check what they have. Okay. In fact, let me star that comment. I want to come back to that because I want something that like that removes the prints without scratching the bed. Where did you get the mic? This mic? I got this mic from. This mic is used. I'm trying to remember where I got it from. Oh, you know what it is? So me and my like business partner, we do like some stuff on the side on the weekends and stuff like that. Actually got something coming up. It's pretty cool. We wanted to do like a podcast, which, when we have the energy, we try to do it, whatever, and record it or whatever. But like, I wanted like really nice mics for us because I'm not an audiophile, but like, I really do like a nicely tuned speaking voice to listen to because I listen to podcasts so often. And I was unwilling to accept a Blue Yeti mic, which I have one. It's over there in that box or whatever on the ground. But it's like, I wanted a nicer mic. So I got myself a Scarlett a Scarlett Solo like interface, and I got myself the Shure Shure MV7. I got to myself the Shure MV7. I found 2 of them used at Guitar Center. Turns out one of the employees working there, like basically got some store credit or whatever and turned in both of her mics because she ended her podcast. So glad I was able to give this puppy like new life. I hated the windscreen on it though. So this windscreen is actually from the Shure SM7B, like the Joe Rogan podcast mic. It's a lot higher quality windscreen. You don't hear the pops as much. I love it. Try to here in Seattle. Here in Seattle, we've got a place called RePC that sells all types of PC and electronic stuff. They had a tube tester I wanted to get to test old school vacuum tubes. What are you doing to test old school vacuum tubes? I just had to toss away a very large entertainment center at the place I'm moving into. Used to be my grandfather's. They've been using like 60 years. It's an old CRT television, like cathode ray tube. Is that the same thing? Vacuum tubes, that's the same thing? I don't know. Oh, the Heights? You going bougie. It's outside. It's like 10 minutes outside the house. It's like Independent Heights. Historically black neighborhood, so I'll be excited to like see what's up there. But it's 10 minutes from the Heights. The nearest HEB is in the Heights. So I'll be in the Heights like all the time now. And they have a great coffee shop there. I live near Detroit. There's a Micro Center like 30 minutes away from me. If there's no traffic on 610, I can get to Micro Center in around 35-40 minutes. If there's any traffic at all, hour. It's because they don't want to end up like Fry's. I used to love Fry's Electronics. The customer service there always sucked, but I used to love like the vibe of Fry's Electronics. I miss them. I don't know what happened to them. I just remember when my parents told me like, oh, Fry's shut down. And I was like, listen, I didn't know how much I would grow into like such a techie person as I got older, but like had I known, I would have shed a tear. I miss Fry's. Why to talk about Micro Center? Honestly, I don't know. You're asking the wrong person. I have ADHD. I don't remember how we got onto this place, but I think someone mentioned like, oh, we should go to Micro Center together or something like that. So I think that's what brought it up. Closest for me is up in Dallas. Micro Center a few states away. Those look like Audio-Technica headphones. You're wrong. They're I'm sorry. They're a company called One Audio, but I'm pretty sure they took the design from Audio-Technica. I've handled Audio-Technica, I've handled Audio-Technica stuff in college before. These feel just like them. It's some company called One Audio, which I think came from branding of One Audio, then changed back to One Audio once people found that they couldn't find, like, the branding potential was like worse with One Audio, so they transitioned it back to One Audio. But I mean, they're good, they're cheap, they work. It's a fairly flat like noise profile, and they work great for what I need. I have a really big head, so they stretch enough, and they have really soft cushions. But I will say, they do make you sweat a little bit. They make your like ears sweat a bit. So as long as you're not streaming or whatever longer than about 2 hours, you should be good. It's a great mic, great audio quality. I also have something called Voice Potato like compressor on here, although I don't see it open. Let me see. Yeah, it's open. Voicemeeter Potato. So it adds just a little bit of compression to make my voice sound more fuller on the ends. So like my voice is naturally like, I hesitate to use the word deep, but like on the deeper notes, it tends to get quiet. So I just brighten up the deeper parts of my voice, and I like do sort of like the opposite on the higher end of my voice to make it all like really smooth. So just a small compressor I have on it, but other than that, it's normal. But thank you very much. Nearest Micro Center's in California. I was looking at the Shure mic on Prime Day, too expensive for me, so I got the Nearstream AMX 15. Yeah, if you're not already like investing in a whole audio setup, like XLR mics can be a good XLR mic for what you want. So like there's good singing mics and there's good like podcasting mics. I consider this to be one of the best podcasting mics. So yeah, this one wasn't exactly cheap. Like one of the most expensive ones you'll find is like one of these and the Shure SM7B, which is like I said, the Joe Rogan, like anytime you've seen someone on the radio, they're most likely using a microphone that looks like this one, but it's like longer. Hang on, let me try this. It looks like this one, but it's just longer. And it's like typically all black. And the XLR input is typically like somewhere like on here. That's the Shure SM7B. That's like the industry standard podcast mic. But the thing is, like electronically, like voice profile thing, this is almost identical. It's a little bit lighter in terms of bass, but with a compressor, it makes it sound the exact same. So I didn't feel the need to spend, I think at the time, which was about $100 more. Let's see. I've always driven to Detroit from Flint area to get filament and wow. Okay. Decided to open a 3D filament, 3D printing filament and accessory section to our traditional print shop. First brand we got authorized to sell as Polymaker. Hey, there we go. DACs. Hang on. Like I said, I'm not an audiophile. What the heck is a DAC? Hang on. DAC meaning digital to analog converter. Oh, yeah, the Red Scarlet Solo. Yeah, I have it sitting here in front of me. Vacuum test. What, like when like the YouTubers who like, oh, I'm dropping like something in a vacuum, like that sort of thing? Kind of sort of, but the tubes I use were a lot smaller. Okay. 610 in the Heights is slightly different than I-10 in the Heights. Yeah. Hey, Halloween is no joke in the Heights. I've never been. So that's what I'm excited for most, is just like, hey, what is a different side of town that is like filled with more hip young people like myself? I really should probably stop saying that, because I'm actually not. I actually am young. I should stop trying to make it sound like I'm older. But I'm just out of touch with the I speak like a normal human. I don't use a lot of lingo. Results about the same. We look at a Micro Center pretty much never. Got it. Fry's owner retired and didn't want to sell, so he let Fry's die. No, well, I don't know. When you sell stuff, it can get drastically different, but I don't know. I mean, Micro Center and Fry's peacefully coexisted, so a little disappointed, man. I was a submarine radio man. We had tubes in some of our gear. These tubes were WW2 era, and they still work 50 plus years later. Tubes were replaced by transistors starting in the 1970s. That's cool. I would love to have like one of those like really old timey mics. I would love to see what my voice sounds like through them. Let's see. I normally get home from work and sit on my computer for hours, so those sound awful for me. Yeah. Typically, I'll just listen through stuff on these Bose speakers because they work just fine. They work just fine. Let's see. I tagged you in Zombies Discord. Been bugging people with my latest build. the Shrimp Father 13. Is that your name like on Discord? Let me try to look you up really fast. The Shrimp Father. Spelling it right would probably be very helpful. I didn't find you, man. Let me go down. I don't see it, but hey, hit me up. Hit me up on Discord. I want to see your cool print. Let me see. Only 45 to an hour away, and it's Polymaker brand. It's worth the drive. All right, so let me get back to the thing I actually wanted to ask you guys about. So we've been rethinking like our Starlight brand lately. Starlight brand. We've been rethinking like our Starlight like family, like within Panchroma. So when you guys use it, or when you guys want to see it used, like, 'cause we're trying to like, you know, do our social media thing, stuff like that. I had a talk with a few of the people like in charge of like that type of stuff, and I was like, hey guys, I think we should be using Starlight in like, you know, a little bit more tasteful way. It's like, instead of using like a I'm not sure if I use these like last. I'm not sure if I showed you guys these like last time, but instead of using like an entire like main Starlight print, which is all one color, I think most people would probably be better at using it and are probably more willing to pick up a Starlight color, like using it as an accent piece. So I was driving the other day, and I saw like a Jeep, and I swear the Jeep color was the exact same color as like Starlight, like Neptune or whatever. It was this exact like finish color. Is my camera gonna focus? My camera gonna focus? My camera gonna focus? Yes. Like, this is a very rough print. This was before I tried Zombie Hedgehog's thing. But it's like, I think that's what people are probably going to use it for. So I think like, hey, if we're going to start showing off this like product family a lot, like more, I think we should start using it as like accent pieces. It's like, hey, if you want to make this particular, like have that sort of sparkle, sheen, like glimmer effect, like, hey, use it tastefully. And this is how it looks best using that. So like, let's say if like I'm gonna print like a dragon, or like, say if I'm gonna like print, you know, something like I tried this way. It's like, you know, it'd be a great portion. Just make the top angler portion bit, if my camera can focus, just make the top angler portion bit, or like the teeth, like celestial. Like make it that. So like certain things pop out a lot more than just the entire thing. Cause it's like, you know, the whole thing of like less is more. Don't make the whole thing sparkle, make parts of it sparkle so it stands out a bit better. So I was talking with him in one of the meetings I called, and I was like, hey, like what, my mom is a dental assistant, and so one of the things that I'd probably get her for like a work anniversary or something like that, or a birthday, because she loves working on teeth, loves doing like dental everything, is that I'd really like to just print her out like a looks like denture, but like a set of teeth essentially, like as like a trophy. But I would love to print like it in like some sort of Starlight or Celestial version of like white or pink, but only one of them, just to make the Celestial or Starlight stand out more. And so what I am planning to do, I'm going to try to take the charge on it, is that I'm going to start printing more multicolor prints, which this one produced so much poop. And it was like 11 hours for this little thing. It's technically supposed to be like a keychain. Supposed to be a keychain, so I'm gonna try to attach it to my backpack. But like, they do take a lot longer, but I think people will engage with these a lot more. And I think it'll make people a lot more interested in like that product family. So I wanted to get your guys' opinion. Like, do you guys want to see more of that type of stuff like on social media? Because I want to start heavily using like my AMS. It's taking up a lot of room in my counter space. It's about to get its own dedicated space in the new space. I want to start using it. But, you know, my opinions are my opinions. That's why I'm going to you guys to get the facts. Let's see. Wow, I spoke a long time. Let me see. Let me see. Time for Polymaker to sue Jeep is what I'm hearing. No. We have no beef. We have no beef with Jeep. We have no beef with Jeep. Let me see. I also love printing all dragons in Starlight. Plus, they are stronger. I actually haven't looked up like the TDS sheet or whatever it is for the strength of Starlight. But it's like, I know I have, I think this is Aurora. This is like the Cinder Wing, like flying serpent, like in Starlight. Like, it looks good, but it's like, it's all one color. I think it would work a lot better if we had like some sort of like earth tone that the scales were on, but the wings were like Starlight or something, or the tail was Starlight. And it's like, it would make it pop a lot more, because then, like, you know, your eye is naturally drawn to those things. Your eye is naturally drawn to those things. That's the point I'm trying to make. But, you know, if you guys agree or don't, like, let me know. That's very valuable information. Let me see. Yeah, you want to print a whole tray. I think just showing it in multicolored prints will inspire people to try combinations too. See, yeah, that's also another thing to like the social media. It's like trying to be inspirational. Like, I think what we call them is like inspo prints. And it's like, when I see a multicolor print like this, even though this messed up, this is probably now my favorite print because it's my first like real, like not terrible, like multicolor print. This is my first like real nice, not terrible multicolor print. And it's like, it's flexy. It's like functional. I love it. I'm going to like hang this from my backpack. I love it. This is my new favorite print. But yeah, let me see. Nico just started a meeting. Really putting Tech Jeeper in a hard spot. Time and wasted filament is good motivation to learn to use an airbrush. You mean like the painting on like the bamboo like splicer thing? I don't know. It's very druidy. That's a good color for Groot. Yeah, I do agree with that. If I were to print like a Groot, yes. Let's see. Nico's sending messages for meetings. I'm not even in this meeting. Let's see. I can get good multicolor prints just by using layer swaps. Here's the thing though, D-Matt. I'm lazy. That's why I asked for the for the AMS. like because there's a bunch of like Looney Tunes and stuff like on Maker World that's like no AMS needed. I love those, but God, I'm doing too much stuff like throughout the day, just working and like running around and like, you know, I'm also moving. My life is far too crazy and I'm also trying to get back into working out. In fact, we just started a workout channel in like our internal like Polymaker like thing. So it's time to get competitive and start beating everyone else when it comes to working out. It's like, hey guys, I swam 3 miles today. What did you do? So yeah, I get competitive, but yeah, I'm lazy, man. I'm too lazy to do layer swaps. The rest of my life is too busy to like pay attention to it. And so I think ultimately it would end up wasting time, especially when my job requires me to have like no wasted time at all. Because 3D printing is such a time intensive thing. It's like I said, this print, 11 hours. This print, I printed a little bit faster, but it was like 5.5 hours. It's like, I can't just waste that time. I have to like be strategic with which printer I'm using. My own, the 2/3 at the office, the 2 X1Cs or the A1 Mini at the office. And then sometimes I also have to like hit up Polymaker Pete and be like, hey, I need your 2 or 3 printers like to start helping me print like a mask or something like that. Yeah, I have to be very strategic with managing like 5 or 6 printers at once. Let me see. Oh, hang on. That's a different conversation. I love the tricolor co-extruded filament. Does Polymaker have any? Tricolor? I don't know. I know we have like gradients that go like pretty cool colors. You'd have to ask Polymaker Pete. I'm sorry, man. I don't think I can answer that question. I think they meant like painting, airbrushing for post-print painting. Oh, see, that's going to start getting into, okay. Yeah, I definitely misunderstood that. But it's just going to inspire a new hobby. It's like, I cannot express to you how many less hobbies I need. This hobby already cost me thousands of dollars a year. 3D printing will probably end up costing, like, if Polymaker weren't paying for literally all of it, would probably cost me like another $2,000 a year at least. Don't need more space take up things. I've already had to donate a couple of 3D prints already to like a local school because like my house was filling up. My apartment was filling up too much. You should print more in multicolor for sure, Greg. Yeah, I'm really loving it. I love the results when I can get like a decent 3D print. Like I said, layer shift kind of ruined this one, but like I love it. I love that it just doesn't even zombie hedgehog, your filament profile. It doesn't even look like a 3D printed thing. It looks like something I got off of Amazon. I love it. You need an AMS, set it and forget it. Exactly. I love my AMS. It's on my counter. It takes up like honestly 30% of my kitchen space, but it's good. I love it. Use my catalog. Let me see. By the way, glad you are a 2G Greg and not a 3G Greg. Oh, you mean literally in my name? Yeah, I mean my full first name is Gregory, but people, I don't know. When people use it, it's like, you know, when you get in trouble, your mom calls like your full name when you were younger. Your mom or your dad calls your full name when you were younger. Yeah, I don't like that. Just call me Greg. It's Greg. Just that. The full name is Gregory. Just call me Greg. To 2 G's, not 3. Nope, no tricolors. Yeah. Sorry, man. You can do layer swaps of the AMS by only switching every when the fourth color is printed. I did some 8 color roses this way. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see that. Man, that's so much though. The no, I'm not gonna get it. The purge tower. What is all right, so someone tell me this. What is the point of the purge tower? Because it's also like producing a lot of poop, and then there's also a purge tower. And I'm like, that's so much filament, man. That's so much filament. I don't know what it is, man. Tell me what the purge tower is supposed to be for. Polymaker has dual silks and mattes. They do not have tri-exclusion lines. Okay. He's young Greg, not old Greg. I'll be old Greg like when I'm like 60. It's like I'm about to turn 30, so let me double my lifespan and then we'll re-talk about it. Yeah, I have 4 printers at the moment and I hate having one sit still, but then finding things to print and then monitoring keeps me busy. Yeah, my problem is that if I'm not like, my printer is very much something I'm just like set it and walk away while I go do something probably 2 to 3 times more important. And then when I come back, it better not have spaghettied all over my kitchen counter space. Cause like, I also have a dog. I need to like sweep up to make sure she doesn't eat anything. She's never shown any interest in like the random stray bits of filament I found around my place just yet. But I gotta be a responsible dog owner. I gotta clean up after it. I really hope it doesn't just like, that's why I love the printer filament. The printer filament like profile from Zombie Hedgehog, because I haven't had a failed print yet. I hate the spaghettification. It's like hard to sweep up. It gets all brittle when it's not printed right. It's just all bad. I can't do it. Let me see. There are some interesting printers coming out using tool changers when they work. You can print multicolor prints fast with little poop. That's what I'm trying to cut down on. I know you can like change the settings in the Bambu Slicer to like, you know, really fine tune how much of the poop you're excluding. Cause like for when it drastic shifts from like white to like, you know, dark purple or dark blue, I'm fine with that amount. But like other colors where it's just like, you know, it's like a green to a blue. It's like, I don't need it to extrude that much poop. Like you're wasting filament now. I need to like learn to dial that stuff in like and faster. You're getting in at a good time. So many possibilities are available more easily. Yep. But not old Greg. Listen, old Greg at 60, old Greg at 70. I got about 10 years of old Greg before I hit old to wipe the nozzle. That's what they're for? The purge tower is to wipe the nozzle? It primes and wipes it. Okay. Primes and wipes the nozzle between colors. Shut up. I just turned 60 this year. And man, you look good, man. You look good. You look good. Don't fear 60. 60 is the new 30, man. It's just a number. It is a prime tower, not purge. Okay, so I got the name wrong. Okay, maybe that's why I was upset. Because I was like, if it's purging, then why? Okay, I get that. It is a prime tower, not a purge. Use like prime line at the start. Okay. It was like a thick, like prime tower then. It's like, does it need? I don't know. It just still felt like it needed a lot. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being unrealistic. The tower also allows the pressure in the nozzle to be where it needs to be. Maybe that's why it turned out so good. Because sometimes when I'm just printing something from scratch, like the first layer, it's not as smooth as it could be, and sometimes like it'll get like not gaps, but I can tell it's not as surface. Like the finish on this, it's extremely smooth, like on the side. It's extremely smooth. Hang on, come on. Like I said, this part does not look like 3D printed. I like how smooth it is on the side. I want all my prints to look like that. So maybe the pressure is where that magic is happening. Y'all are forgetting one thing: age is a state of mind. So if you lose your mind, you can't get older. A proven, clearly made up fact. Completely made up fact. I agree with that. I agree with that. You're only as old as you think you are until you bust a hip, and then no more. Now you're like medically old. I'm turning 75 on the 17th. Dude, congratulations. Being retired and like having nothing to do but just like can you imagine being retired like in the future and being like, I'm just 3D printing everything? That sounds like an awesome retirement. Let me see. Check out some of the tutorials on purge into object, purge into infill. Those types of settings to reduce waste. You can also have it purge into another model on the bid to reduce waste. That sounds cool. Tag you in Discord. Let me see. Nope, that is Pezliz. Hang on. Let me see. Let me see. One new mention. General. Okay. I see you. I see you. Add friend. There we go. There we go. I got you, guy. I got you, my guy. All right. Having dementia ain't that bad. You can meet new people every day. Why would you joke like that? Why would we weren't ready for that type of joke. We were not ready for that type of joke. Oh my gosh. But hey man, enjoy your age. With age comes wisdom. So you get to tell everyone younger than you that they're stupid. So enjoy that. I'm pretty sure like you can get away with that. Bambu has free courses, Bambu Lab Academy. Yeah, I'm really interested in that whole like turn the Prime Tower into like a print type thing. I'm interested in that. Have you got your next print in mind? Yes, I do. It's probably gonna be a mask. But here's the thing. I got myself a big noggin. So I'm gonna have to like learn how to measure and then trust the measurements of the mask. And then I want to start making some more functional prints. So it means I'm gonna have to like, I'm gonna have to use the company credit card to go pick up like some magnets. And in fact, post some links in the chat on where I can get just like a really good starter thing of like M4 screws, like mini magnets of different size, and like some like usable twine, because I'm gonna need all that. To make some of the more mechanical articulating prints, I'm gonna need like a good starter set of those. Like I need like a 10-pack. Someone, AliExpress. I do not trust AliExpress. Greg, what's up, Tech Jeeper, man? What's up? How did that wood print turn out, man? Not to bring our Discord chat into here, but how did that wood print turn out? Shrink your face, easy. I don't think it works like that. I don't think it works like that. I like, even if I lost weight, like I got like a rounder face, surprisingly big. This hat is from like a big head like company. It's like, I don't think it's gonna work. Amazon. Yeah, but give me a link. I'm lazy. We've covered this. We covered this, Polymorph. I lose things in my small apartment all the time. Let me see. Tech Jeeper. Hello, great. Check the others I sent you when you get a chance. I will, man. Usually what happens after these, after this one, I check my Discord messages when I'm like out walking my dog after these streams. Not the fridge, but the freezer. Keys always sitting up in the freezer. Yes, this is what I need. Yes. Thank you, Polymorph. Yeah, I really need to just get like a starter set, because I'm going to start assembling stuff soon. I'm going to start, making videos like out of like assembly, because I have experience in woodworking. Somehow I don't think that's going to apply here. Like the mask I looked up required like countersunk screws, and I was like, oh, I mean, that just makes it flush with the material. But it's like, oh, I'm going to need like some actual like stuff here. Like I need to start looking up cheap places to get like screws and stuff like that, and magnets, and need to start keeping super glue and all that type of stuff on hand. But yeah, if anyone wants to give me like like some good like multicolor prints that they would like to do, but it's too easy for them to do. And they just haven't done it because, like I said, I'm not that I'm not that experienced yet. Send them my way. I'm always collecting ideas. It should help out a bit. Thank you. Yeah, but I love a good multicolor print. They look amazing. I feel like nothing can stop me with that printer profile. Let's see. I run a CNC shop with my dad. You would be surprised how interconnected the two hobbies are. Okay. A CNC shop. That's gotta be cool. I would definitely be using like company assets. I'd be fabricating everything if I had knowledge, if I had working knowledge and access to a CNC shop. I would never, and like 3D printing, I would never buy anything. I'd be like, nope, I can make it myself in CAD and just send it to the CNC. It's like saving so much money and then spending so much company money. Greg likes 3D printing, but what he likes even more is you printing things for him. I don't want you to print things for me. I want you to send me ideas of what I should print, because I want to start like really using, because like, listen, Polymaker's like claim to fame is that we have more colors than anyone. We have the widest range of colors. So I want to make, not because other people way smarter, way talented than me are like making like those good flexy, articulatable or whatever prints. I want to start using like her colors to really like get like fine tune it. Like one of my big ideas. I don't know if you guys know this little anime called One Piece. Little anime called One Piece. Let me see. One of the characters I want to print, because I just finished the Wano arc, is called Momonosuke, and he has a like pink dragon form that I want to 3D print. Let me see if I can share this really fast. And because I think it would turn out great, but like Toei Animation or whoever like makes like the figurines, like they're expensive, and I think it could be done better, like using like a mix of like Starlight and like Celestial colors. So let me see. Yeah, share, and then let's toss this up. Yeah, so I'm like, I think I can make this better. I think I can make this better if it's 3D printed. Do you agree with me in this thinking? I think I can do this. If you're looking to calculate magnetic pull / pull, what are we talking about? Then check out K&J Magnetics. I don't think I'd ever need to calculate magnetic pull force. Greg wants the company card. Correction, Greg already has the company card. I'm just afraid to use someone else's money. Worked in a CNC shop for 5 years just before I got into 3D printing under the G code is what got me interested in the first place. Okay. 3D printing works the model up from the bed. CNC is working down the material onto the bed. Yeah, I think what got me like into like looking at like CNC stuff was like, I'm such a like nerd or whatever, but like I was looking up countertops for my new like place, like when I found out that I was gonna get it like a few years ago, and I was like, oh, they can cut like different like portions of like quartz like for you, like CNC, like with a CNC machine they can have it like customly like installed in your place. I was like, that's how I learned about it. That's when I was like, oh, CNCs are cool. Look for a maker shop lab space near you. Where I live, there's a couple of maker spaces and a tool library handy or nearby. I should do that. In fact, I'm gonna star that. What do you do at Polymaker? Why did I hesitate? I know what I do here. I am the content creator. So like a lot of the stuff you see online from Polymaker, in fact, I think if you go to the new Silk stuff, I think you see my fingers in there. Let me see. Let me see if I can bring that up really fast. Polymaker Silk. Let me see. It's the Panchroma Silk. I think you can see my hands, and because we just did the launch for it. If it decides to like ever work with me. Come on. Yeah, Those are my fingers right there. That's me. That's me working like in our maker space at the office. That's me. I'm the content creator. So like a lot of the stuff you guys see, like I'm the one taking a lot of these photos and like uploading, and like our graphic designer is the one who actually like makes the visual pieces. Like a lot of the videos are me too. It's like a lot of longer form stuff, a lot of stuff you're gonna see at the trade shows or whatever. That's gonna be me. It's me editing and stuff like that. I have like 4 or 5 projects open at a minimum at any given time. But yeah, I'm the content creator. A lot of the stuff I can't actually talk about because so much of the stuff that I do is about launches and stuff like that. We're trying to fix the balance to where I'm working more on social media, and plus that's the stuff I like to do too. So yeah, but content creator. I'm looking for a good stained glass window sun catcher dealio. Okay. Good stained glass window sun catcher. I don't even know what that is. I'm not sure if I understand. I use 3D printed parts on the CNC and laser table all the time. Ooh, what kind? Let me know, Builder's Mark, what kind? Builder's Mark and those laser people thinking that they're Dr. Evil. He tell you, but his job is so secret, even he doesn't know what he's doing. That is what it feels like. That's what it feels like sometimes. There's so many like spools in my apartment now that I think I'm now up to like 60 spools in this place now, which is, it's an amount that I'm not okay with. I'm not okay with that many spools in here, but I'm waiting for like the launches and everything to be over because I don't want to have to drive up all the way to the office to pick up a spool that we already have here. So yeah, Amazon link, I cannot see that right now, but I will start and I will look while I'm taking my walk. Polymaker CEO, what is the high bill for Greg? What is this high bill for, Greg? Well, I kind of just thought I needed like the biggest, 3D printer out there. And, I made a video out of it. So, this is a tax write-off, right? You spend $1 to save $0.25. That's how tax write-offs work, right? Greetings from New Zealand. Greetings, man. Man, that sounds like so much fun. It is. It's really suffocating at times, but it is really fun. And I always get like the meetings that I call are always like creative meetings where it's like, hey, do you guys think we're using this filament right? Like the one I mentioned earlier in the stream, it's like, hey, are we using Starlight effectively? It's like we're showing like huge like monocolor prints like this, but it's like, I don't think that is the best way to show off Starlight. I don't think that's the best way to show off Galaxy. I don't think that's the best way to show off Celestial. I think the best way to show it off is to use it in a more complex print, but bring like a pop of color, like the reasoning why you print stuff like that. If you want to show like a magical rune or something like that and elicit that like magical feeling, it's like, hey, throw some Starlight in there, throw some Galaxy in there, make it shimmer, make it look like it's not just a flat piece. Like matte is great. Matte has its place, but that also means like those specialty filaments have their place too. And I feel like we're forgetting that. Let's try to use it as it should be intended to be used in the most practical sense of using art. I want to use this piece to make my piece pop more. Like if I'm printing a little Stitch from Lilo and Stitch, hey, why don't we use one of the lighter color blues? Why don't we use like Neptune in place of like the larger, in place of like the lighter color blue, because it's already the same shade and like it kind of works because Stitch is an alien. It works. Use it tastefully. Don't use it everywhere. And I think you'll start to get a better response from people and have people be more inspired to be like, I want that specific look too. Let me go ahead and grab that spool really quickly off of Amazon or Best Buy or wherever, maybe the main site where you get it. And it's like, I think that's how you're going to inspire people to be like, no, I need that particular shade of filament. I think the same thing is true with silk too. I think silk will work really good for some things and not so great for other things. Like the, what did I just say? It was the Momonosuke dragon. It's like, I want like his teeth to be like some sort of like sparkle. I want it to be some sort of celestial or twilight. I want the pink to be I want like the fire to be like a silk or something. I want it to shine in the right places to make it look like a magical dragon. Not just a dragon. This looks like a dragon. It's a really detailed dragon, but I want it to look like a magical dragon. without adding anything else to it, just your color choices. So yeah, that's what a lot of my thinking is there for. Wink 3 times if you're under an NDA. I don't think I can do that, but NDA, I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm not under an NDA, nothing. Houston Makerspace. All right, let me start that too, because I definitely need like a more like communal, like larger space to make some stuff. I need some, you know what I also need? I need some like woodworking spaces too, because I don't always have the biggest like spaces like in my backyard or whatever. I guess my new backyard to like make some of the bigger pieces I want to make. Like I want to make my own cabinets, and I need a better, bigger, cleaner space than what I have access to. I would be happy to rehome some of those spools if you like. I'll keep that in mind, mad scientist. I'll keep it in mind. I'm printing some Polymaker Neon UV ABS right now. I have not actually worked with any of our like UV stuff or like any of our like luminescent stuff. Any of the stuff that like glows in the dark. I haven't worked with any of that yet. I want to though. Like when I first joined Polymaker, one of my like original projects that I wanted to do is I wanted to print out the DaVinci and the Adobe like Premiere Pro logos like in like the UV filaments so that they could glow in the dark. And so when I walk into my office, I can see them like posted up there on the wall. That project is still gonna be done. I just haven't put in the order to like our warehouse to like actually get some for me. So, cause you guys come first. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but like at the warehouse, the people who work at Polymaker are actually like last in the tier list. We don't get what we want until all orders are fulfilled. So like we have to wait till you guys are happy to get what we want. We get it for free, but we only get it after you guys get what you want. If there's a product supply issue, we don't get anything we want until you guys get it. So if that makes you feel better, we don't get anything either. Not until you guys are happy. Hold down in spacing jigs to keep workpiece material. Yes, I definitely need a ton of jigs. Agreed. Like pocket holes and stuff like that. Agreed. I don't think that model shows off the colors very well. I can scan past the little guy for every filament I look at. See? Yeah, I think there's smarter ways to use our filaments. And if that's our claim to fame, then why aren't we capitalizing on it? Which is my job. So if I still have that same complaint in like 3 months, then that's my fault. So yeah, a good way to hold myself accountable. I wonder if you can do a boring skull print, but inside is Galaxy Nebula. That's cool. I might need Pete's help on that one. When it comes to working with 3D models and stuff like that, like in the slicer, Pete is way better at that than me. Like identifying issues in a print, that's Pete's territory all day. But I guess that's what happens when you literally run the entire, like, I think North American product line. So the outside is like matte black. Let me see. So thrilled to have Polymaker sponsor us. I'm not Polymaker, but let me try and speak for Polymaker when I say you're welcome, man. And if I mess that up, I'm sorry. Could the outside be painted to save some filament / money? I'm not really into painting. I might get into it eventually, but my current level of enthusiasm does not extend to like painting my prints yet. Sure, was just wondering about the capability of printing inside. Okay. Doesn't load for me, blah, blah. Let me see. Yeah, okay. Yeah, but this is the stuff that, you know, I'm interested in printing. Like really nice pieces that I can give away to my friends or like really sell, really get some like really great like social media, like interaction with, and then you know when I'm done, like I said, donate it to a school. I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with this. Like I think a school would happily take this, just like, hey, put it in your art room or something like that. It's like I can't keep it around. It's like I have limited space. We'll just blame 2G Greg. Travel to Montreal, I give mine up for adoption all the time. Yeah, but yeah. Well, guys, I think that's actually it for tonight. Like I said, I still want those ideas. So like, tag me in Discord, like any like multicolor ideas that you guys think I should attempt at my current skill level. Like I said, this is my first like nice multicolor print. I'm looking to do more. In fact, I think I have a print going. I know I have a print going in the other room, but it is a single color. It's monocolor, but that is for like a product listing. So once that gets done in about 8 hours, let me go ahead and try a multicolor. I want to see some good suggestions in Discord. So guys, go ahead and help me out with that. Thanks for another fun stream. Which was the fun part? My car basically blowing up on me, or the or the talk about color design and 3D printing, or my adventures with multicolor printing and AMS. Let me know that. All right, so so here's the test. I don't have up like my little saying that I do at the end of each stream, but I'm gonna try to remember it. I haven't streamed in like, I didn't stream last week, so it's technically been 2 weeks since I've said it. Let me see if I can remember just off rip. I have nothing up. This screen is like the Polymaker Discord. This screen is like the stream, like what you guys are seeing right now with like StreamYard. And this side is the Amazon listing that you guys are looking at. So I don't have a cheat sheet. All right. So let's do this. All right. I hope you had a good day. I hope you have a good tomorrow. And on this show, we try to take away those Monday sorrows. All right, everyone. I hope you guys had a great stream. I had a great time tonight. I had a lot to share with you guys with the whole car blow up situation, the multicolor stuff. I can't wait to come back to you guys next week with a new multicolor print, hopefully utilizing some more Starlight colors. And I'm gonna get your opinion. I'm gonna try to get the flashiest colors we got and try to use them in the most tasteful way possible. So, yeah. Oh, by the way, for everyone in Houston, brace yourselves. Anyone who lives in Houston knows that August is our hottest month of the year. Listen, mow your yards, get right back inside. Do not try to have fun. The next like 4 weeks are about to be brutal for us. It's also technically like hurricane season. Be safe out there. Had a good time, learned a bit. Now to practice drawing and learning some CAD. Yeah, I agree. Everyone, be safe, stay cool. It's really hot out there right now, really hot humidity and everything. Everyone, keep printing. I will see you guys next week. Bye.